It was a rainy morning. I woke up late. The alarm clock didn't ring. I looked at the time, 8:40 a.m. My train was at 9:15 a.m. Oh no! I shouted. I jumped out of bed and got ready quickly. Today was important. She was waiting for me. At the station. She said, "Don't be late this time." Her name was Maya. We met 5 years ago at a small bookstore. She was reading a poetry book. I asked, "Do you like poems?" She smiled and said, "Only the sad ones." From that moment, I knew she was special. We were best friends. Then we became more. But life took us in different directions. I moved to another city for work. She stayed back to care for her mother. We talked less. But never forgot each other. Last week, Maya called me. Her voice was soft, and her words were slow. "I will wait for you at the station," she said. "Come this Sunday. I need to see you." I asked, "What's wrong?" She said, "Nothing. I just miss you." I promised to come. And now, I was late. The train station was 25 minutes away. I ran outside and waved for a taxi. The roads were wet. The cars were slow. My heart was beating fast. I looked at the time, 9 a.m. "Faster, please," I told the driver. He nodded but said nothing. The radio played an old song. It was one we used to love. Every minute I wait feels like a year. Tears filled my eyes. Maya always waited for me. I was often late. She never got angry. She only said, "Someday, I might stop waiting." I reached the station at 9:20 a.m. The train had already left. I looked around. I saw people. But not her. I ran to the bench near platform 3. That was our place. We sat there years ago. We wrote our names on the wood. Maya plus Arjun, still there. She wasn't there. I looked again. Then I saw a note. It was under a small stone. It had my name. I picked it up with shaking hands. I opened the letter with cold hands. My name was written in blue ink. Her handwriting was soft, like her voice. I read each word slowly. "Dear Arjun, I came early today. It was cold, and I wore the blue scarf you gave me. Remember that winter? We walked for hours, talking about nothing and everything. That day was simple, but special. Just like you. I wanted to see your smile again. Your eyes always told me more than your words. You never said much, but I always understood. Even silence was enough when we were together. But today, I'm tired. Not just in my body, but in my heart. I waited for you like I always do. I watched every train. I looked at every face. But you didn't come. I told myself, maybe he's on the next one. Then, maybe he missed the train. Then, I stopped guessing. Arjun, this is not a goodbye. I don't want it to be. But it might be. Some days, waiting feels too heavy. I want you to know something. I never stopped caring. Even when you were far. Even when you forgot to call. Even when your silence was louder than your words. You live in the corners of my memory. You are still the poem I never finished. Still the coffee I drink too slowly. Still the song I play when the world gets quiet. I don't know if you will read this soon or later. Maybe you'll find it today. Maybe next week. Or maybe never. But if you do, know this. I was here. I waited. And I loved you. Maya. I sat down on the bench. People walked past me, but I couldn't move. The station was full, but I felt alone. I looked at the seat beside me. She had sat there just an hour ago. Did she look at her watch? Did she hope to see me run in, smiling? Did she cry? I will never know. My fingers held the note tightly. I closed my eyes and pictured her face. Her soft smile. Her deep eyes. The way she used to call my name. I remembered the first time I was late. She waited in the rain with a silly umbrella. She smiled and said, "You always make me wait." And I replied, "But I always come." But today, I didn't. I missed the train. I missed her. And maybe I lost her. The clock on the wall ticked louder now. Each second felt sharp. I stood up. I looked around again. Maybe she was still here. Maybe she just went to get tea. But she wasn't. She was gone. And all I had was this letter, and the silence. I walked out of the station, letter still in my hand. The streets were loud, cars, horns, people. But inside me, it was quiet. Too quiet. I read the letter again under a street lamp. The paper shook in my hands. I had hurt her. Not with anger. Not with lies. But with my silence, with my absence. She waited. And I didn't come. I thought I had more time. I thought she would always wait. But love doesn't wait forever. I took a bus to her street. It was dark now, and the wind was cold. The houses stood quietly, sleeping. Her window was dark too. I stood in front of her door, heart pounding. Should I knock? What would I say? "I'm sorry" felt too small. But it was all I had. I knocked once. No answer. I waited. I knocked again. Still nothing. Then I saw the little plant by her window. I had given her that plant 2 years ago. She named it Hope. She said it was small, but strong. Like her. I sat on the steps and looked up at the sky. Stars blinked quietly above me. I wondered if she was watching them too, from somewhere else. Or if she was crying, again. Memories filled my mind. Our first train ride together. She was afraid of fast trains, but she held my hand and smiled. Our long walks. Our shared silences. Our laughter over small jokes. She gave me love without asking for anything. All she wanted was my time, and I failed her. Why did I always come late? Why did I think she would always stay? The next morning, I went back to the station. Same bench. Same place. I sat there for hours. People came. People left. But I stayed. I looked at every face. I listened to every step. Hoping, wishing, praying. But she didn't come. I wrote a letter. I didn't know where to send it, but I wrote it anyway. Dear Maya. You waited for me. And I was late. Not just to the station. But in everything. I was late to see your pain. Late to understand your silence. Late to say the words you needed to hear. I thought love would wait. I thought you would always be there. But I forgot that even strong hearts get tired. Maya, I'm sorry. Not just for missing the train. But for all the days I missed you. You gave me everything. Time. Care. Words. Smiles. And I gave you delays. If I could go back, I would run to you. Every time. Every moment. But now, all I have is this letter. And your memory. If you ever read this, know one thing. I loved you. I still do. Arjun. I left the letter on the bench. Maybe one day she'd come back. Maybe she'd find it. Or maybe someone else would read it and understand. I stood up and took one last look at the place where she waited. It was just a bench. But to me, it was a place of love. And regret. As I walked away, I felt a soft wind on my face. It felt like her. Gentle. Quiet. Real. She was not with me anymore. But her love had changed me. I would never be late again. Not for love. Not for life. Because now I knew. Sometimes, one missed moment is all it takes to lose something forever.